Hi there, it's February 16th and time for Proverbs 16, our never-ending search for wisdom. Let's jump over there and we'll get to it. Now, this is about contrasting the good and the bad, upright, the wicked, the smart ones, the fools. We make our plans, but God has the last word. You got that? It says a little different. The plans of the heart belong to a person, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. God inspires our words. That's interesting. Yeah, make all the plan you want, but God's going to have his way. You may think everything you do is right, but the Lord judges your motives. You got that? I'm going to highlight that right there. The Lord judges your motives. Remember that. Ask the Lord to bless your plans, and you will be successful in carrying them out. You got that? Let's just highlight that. Let's highlight that and put it on the wall. All right? Everything the Lord has made has its destiny, and the destiny of the wicked is destruction. God made everything, and he made the wicked. Everything has a destiny, and the destiny of the wicked is destruction. They think they're sitting high now, but pretty soon it's all going to fall. It's starting to fall now, too. You've been watching I don't watch the news because they lie to everybody, but you get to certain places on the internet, there's lots of people talking about what's really going on. Wow. I like this statement. The Lord hates everyone who is arrogant. He will never let them escape punishment. Oh, no. Everyone who is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Be assured he will not go unpunished. Right? Are you proud? Are you arrogant? Ever look that word up just for fun? Arrogant. Look it up so you can see it. Having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or abilities. Right? Self-importance. Crazy. So, or doesn't like people that are full of themselves, right? There's lots of those around. In the old days, they used to walk around with their thumbs in their suspenders, all proud. I know something you don't know. Right? Be loyal and faithful, and God will forgive your sin. Obey the Lord, and nothing evil will happen to you. Got it? That's hard to do. I mean, when you're in the middle of it, And there's, Jesus said they hated me, so they'll hate you. And we go through stuff, because we're Christians, and, people hate us. Says, obey the Lord. And even Jesus said, they can destroy your body, but they can't destroy you. They can't destroy your soul. They have no power over that. Okay, 7. When you please the Lord, you can make your enemies into friends. When a person's ways are pleasing to the Lord, he causes even his enemies to make peace with him. Well, let's go highlight. We're going to just highlight the whole chapter. Huh? Let's make that one green too. Yep, we're going to highlight this one too. It is better to have a little honestly earned than to have a large income dishonestly gained. Got that? Ill-gotten gains. It's better to be poor. I have just enough, Over here it says, better is a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. All right. I mean, sort of that catches up with you, dishonest gain. You start, you don't sleep at night, and then you get unhealthy, and then it spirals down from there. 9, you make your plans, but God directs your actions. All right. 10, the king speaks with divine authority. His decisions are always right. We don't have a king, except for Jesus. Yeah. The Lord wants weights and measures to be honest, and every sale to be fair. A lot of this going on. Everybody's talking about it. Shrinkflation, they're calling it, or they're giving you less and charging you more for it, and sometimes even putting it in a bigger package to make it look like you're getting more. God doesn't like that. It goes on rampantly now. Always has, even back here. Number 12. Kings cannot tolerate evil because justice is what makes a government strong. That's interesting. I see what it says over here. It says kings cannot tolerate evil, but the true word for word in this, well, make this blue. It is an abomination for kings to commit wicked acts, because the throne is established on righteousness. Okay? And even in the note here it says, or it is intolerable for kings to do evil. That makes more sense over here. It is, and they should have changed this. It is intolerable for kings to do evil, not to tolerate evil. I don't agree with that. Kings and rulers and leaders are doing evil things now. Evil things, and they're going to fall. Interesting. Huh. 13. A king wants to hear the truth and will favor those who speak it. Not always. Not always. 14. A wise person will try to keep the king happy. If the king becomes angry, someone may die. How about kings? We don't have kings anymore. We have people that are supposed to be our representatives that end up trying to be our rulers when they're not. Okay. 15. The king's favor is like the clouds that bring rain in the springtime. Life is there. It is better, much better, to have wisdom and knowledge than gold and silver. That's big time. Right there. Big time. Much better to have wisdom and knowledge than gold and silver. If you have wisdom and knowledge, the other stuff just comes. It says that everywhere in here. Okay, 17. Those who are good travel a road that avoids evil. So watch where you're going. It may save your life. That's cool. That means don't go through the big cities. Okay? Don't go through the big cities. Stay off the freeways. Take a nice country route. So what if it takes longer? 18. Pride leads to destruction and arrogance to downfall. The older version said, pride goeth before a fall. Right? We talked about that yesterday. And a lot of days about being humble. Being humble and not prideful. God doesn't like prideful people. Humble, humility. It is better to be humble and stay poor than to be one of the arrogant and get a share of their loot. Their loot. Or to divide the spoils with the proud. And we'll just highlight the whole chapter. What do you think? Means we'll have to read it again, huh? 28. Pay attention to what you're taught, and you will be successful. Trust in the Lord, and you will be happy. Like that. Trust in the Lord, and you will be happy. I like that. A wise, mature person is known for his understanding. The more pleasant his words, the more persuasive he is. Okay? A wise, mature person. It's old people, right? I think that's old people. I try to be wise and mature. What's it say over here? The wise in heart will be called understanding. And this says connotations too. The more pleasant your words, the more persuasive you are. And it? Nobody likes to be talked down to or yelled at. Nobody. That's why I speak softly. Wisdom is a fountain of life to the wise, but trying to educate stupid people is a waste of time. Yeah, some people will just never learn. And you can tell. You can tell about them. That just, you're not supposed to hate them. Oftentimes they're the poor. And help them out. Help them out when you can. You're helping out God. Sometimes I think they're put there just to test us. Right? 23. Intelligent people think before they speak. What they say then is more persuasive. Boy, there's just a lot of good stuff in here. Think, and I've been saying this for 3 days now. Think before you speak. Say the whole thing in your head first, and then think, is this going to do good? Is this going to hurt somebody? Is this going to help somebody? And whether to say it or to keep your mouth shut. Oftentimes it's better to keep your mouth shut. Okay? Think before you speak. That's a good one. 24. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the taste and good for your health. Got that? Say kind things. What you think is the right road may lead to death. That's 25. 26. A laborer's appetite makes him work harder because he wants to satisfy his hunger. Right? If you're hungry, you will work. 27. Evil people look for ways to harm others. Even their words burn with evil. Right. We all know somebody like that. If not, you can find somebody like that on the internet these days. Like Klaus Schwab. A very evil person. Gossip is spread by wicked people. They stir up trouble and break up friendships. I harp on this a lot because it goes on even in the church. Okay? Gossip. The media, the television, the entertainment industry, they use gossip to ensnare people. Because people like to hear, oh, what's he doing? It's just something to make them feel better about themselves. And most of the reality TV is basically gossip personified. The news is gossip personified. This person did this and this person did that. And does it have anything to do with you? No. It's gossip. Okay? If somebody doesn't come to you directly and say, I have this problem, can you help me with it? Okay? And you say, yeah, let me see if I can help you. What's your problem? They're telling you directly. Okay, that's not. If you then go to somebody else, even well-meaning, well, I'm going to have him, I'll get Betty or Mark, and he or she will help me pray for this person. Hey, this person has this problem, and then suddenly you just gossiped. Even well-meaning, it's gossip. This person came to you in confidence, okay? And you just gossiped to somebody else, and pretty soon the whole church is going to know about it. And that'll break up that friendship. Okay? Gossip is not a good thing. If somebody tells you something, keep it to yourself. If somebody tells you something somebody else did, stop it. Say, I don't want to hear that. Okay? If that person wants me to know that, that person will tell me themselves. Don't spread it around and stop it. Okay? I mean, and all the other ones where it says the worst things that God hates more than anything else, there's 7 things. Gossip is always on the list as one of the things God hates. But it goes on everywhere. And Satan has personified it into a normal thing. And they call it news, you know. I mean, you should know what's going on in your government. That's your right. But other people's private business, that's not your right. Okay. And people in power will say these things about other people because they want to break up friendships. They want you not to like them. They try and tear them down so they can get their way. So, I've preached on that enough. You could preach on this a lot. 29. Violent people deceive their friends and lead them to disaster. Violent people. I don't like violent people. I tend to stay away from them. Watch out for people who grin and wink at you. They have thought of something evil. He who winks his eye and does so to devise perverse things. He who compresses his lips brings evil to pass. Yeah. So he goes, like this. Hey, we're going to do this. Wink, wink, nod, nod. That means they're planning something evil. And they don't want somebody else to know about. Mm-hmm. And it used to be friends, or used to be, you know, car salesman. I can get you a great deal on this. Okay, they're lying to you. So watch out for people like that. Hmm? Long life is a reward for the righteous. Gray hair is a glorious crown. I'm just going to highlight that just because it makes me feel good. Gray hair. Look at that. We're working on it here. And I am thankful because a lot of people do not make it this far. You know? Every day is a gift. It is better to be patient than powerful. It is better to win control over yourself than over whole cities. Okay? Well, better to be patient than powerful. Got that? Self-control is better than controlling yourself is better than controlling whole cities. Well, what's this out here? One who is slow to anger is better than the mighty. One who rules his spirit than one who captures a city. Well, self-control is the most important. 33. People cast lots to learn God's will, but God himself determines the answer. Yeah. So, there you go. We highlighted a lot of stuff in there. Gets good when you get into the middle of meat of the things, you know. And highlighted too, the Lord judges your motives. You may think everything you're doing is right, but the Lord will judge your motives. All right? And this goes with it. Ask the Lord to bless your plans, and you'll be successful in carrying them out. And the Lord won't have to judge your motive. You ask him to bless it, and he will. If it's in his will. We highlighted 5. The Lord hates everyone who is arrogant. He will never let them escape punishment. And everyone who is arrogant. Everyone who is proud of heart is an abomination to the Lord. Wow. He doesn't like people like that. He likes humble people, right? There you go. In 6. Obey the Lord and nothing evil will happen to you. Got that? Do what you're told. And you won't get a spanking. We highlighted 7. When you please the Lord, you can make your enemies into friends. And I've done this, okay? I've done this. You ever made a friend out of an enemy? They make really good friends. Over it says he causes his enemies to make peace with him, him, small h. Okay? That means you. Or how that 8. It's better to have a little honestly earned than to have a large income dishonestly gained. Right? You sleep better at night knowing that what you have, you came by it honestly and didn't steal, didn't change the weights, and get more, charge people more than they were getting. Dishonestly gained. Remember that. Highlighted 11. The Lord wants weights and measures to be honest, and every sale to be fair. Right? That has to do with this. Have a large income dishonestly gained. And will this ever go back to normal? I don't know. They found it easier to charge you more and give you less and get away with it. You get away with it so long that it becomes normal. It'll change when people stop buying this stuff, If nobody buys a 12-ounce can of coffee when coffee is supposed to always came in 1-pound cans, and cereal came in 1-pound boxes, and now they're 13-ounce boxes. A pound is 16 ounces. And it's only 3 ounces they took away, and they're charging me more, but at the same time, they make millions of boxes. So, at 3 ounces, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. They make 5 boxes, and the sixth one is, it's free to them, free money. So they're cheating you. And that's only 5 boxes, and they make millions. Okay? So, that's dishonest. Anyway, that's what I was saying. When people stop buying, I said, we're not going to buy your 13-ounce can of coffee. You make coffee in a pound, or we won't buy it. And if enough people do that, they'll go back to honest scales, because in capitalism, that's how it works. You don't buy their product, they don't make their money and go out of business. They have to make what pleases you, so you'll buy it. And the fact that you buy this stuff lets them know that it's okay for them to do it. It's hard to start a movement and say, just don't buy these, don't buy small boxes of cereal because they're cheating you. And if nobody bought them, they would change it. I highlighted this one. King cannot tolerate evil. Because it's wrong here. And it really is. And it even says it here in a footnote. It is intolerable for kings to do evil. Okay? It is an abomination for kings to commit wicked acts. Kings, rulers. I mean, our president isn't a king, but he holds the highest position in our land. And I hate that he's doing some evil stuff. Okay? Evil stuff. We highlighted 16. It is better, much better, to have wisdom and knowledge than gold and silver. That. If you have wisdom and knowledge and fear the Lord, everything else will come to you. Everything. Which is the reason I'm doing this. I want to have wisdom and knowledge and reverence for the Lord. Then I won't have to worry about anything else. We highlighted 17. Those who are good travel the road that avoids evil. So watch where you're going. Right? Simple. Watch where you're going. It may save your life. Stay off of evil roads. Yeah. Travel a road. It is good to travel a road that avoids evil. I mean, staying out of these big cities. If you don't absolutely have to go to somewhere in the center of a big city, don't go through that big city. Go around it. Even if it takes longer, avoid that stuff. Okay? I mean, the whole carjackings and the protests and, people burning stuff and breaking stuff. It's just not safe. Right? It may save your life. Okay? Going around the city may save your life. And the old saying, pride leads to destruction and arrogance to downfall. Pride goeth before a fall. Don't be prideful. Okay? And right below it, it's better to be humble and stay poor than to be one of the arrogant and get a share of their loot. Right? Be humble. Even if you're poor, be humble. If you've been blessed, be humble. And part of 20, trust in the Lord and you'll be happy. There you go. There you go. Pay attention to what you're taught, you'll be successful. And 21, we highlighted, a wise, mature person is known for his understanding. The more pleasant his words, the more persuasive he is. That the nicer you are, the more persuasive you are. Okay? Just that simple. Intelligent people think before they speak. What they say is then more persuasive. Got that? Think before you speak. I talked about this at length yesterday. Think before you speak, or don't speak. Okay? We highlighted 28. Gossip is spread by wicked people. They stir up trouble and break up friendships. And we talked about this at great length too. And I always will. Gossip is a horrible thing. 31. Long life is a reward of the righteous. Gray hair is a glorious crown. I just highlighted that because I like that. Gray hair is a glorious crown. Got that? And we highlighted 32. It is better to be patient than powerful. It is better to win control over yourself than over whole cities. Right? Self-control is the most important. So, there you have it. That's Proverbs 16 for February 16th. Amazing. So, there you have it. Stay tuned later today. We're still in Leviticus, and they're got their tabernacle built, and they've got sacrificed hundreds of animals and blood everywhere. And it says they don't talk about that, but we're gonna. So for that, we're gonna go through the whole Bible in a year. But till then, have a good Friday. Have a good day. Remember, stay humble. Stay out of trouble. Stay away from trouble. Don't follow it. Don't let it follow you. No. Till next time. See ya.